Okay, I believe we are live. Chat is muted. Cool. Welcome to day 5, lesson number 5. It is Friday night. I appreciate you guys being here. I know you probably have other things that you could be doing, so I do value and appreciate everybody who's here. Hopefully, we can teach you something today that will be able to protect you in the long run. And let's just get after it. Okay. So, name of the lesson today: protect yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay, like I said, crypto's a decentralized place, right, where you're in control of your own money. You're your own bank. You're in control of your own money. So you need to be competent enough to protect yourself so that you don't lose your hard-earned investments. Okay, so there's 7 kind of main roadblocks of better security. You think of these as 7 layers. Okay, each one of these things that you have adds kind of another layer of security that makes it harder for hackers or exploiters, scammers to get you. Okay, so that being said, you don't need to do all this stuff if you don't want to. But if you're trying to maximize your security and you have a large amount of capital, it would be wise to follow these protocols. Okay. This is some of the stuff that I do, not all of it, but it is stuff that will put you in the best position to protect yourself. Okay, so let's talk about a couple things. Just to preface everything, it's important to remember to never risk more than you're willing to lose on high-risk calls or really anything in crypto. So don't ape your next month's rent money in with the expectation that you'll make it back in time to pay rent. Okay. So first layer of security, these aren't really like in order of importance. They're just kind of out here. But having a quality security software on your computer is extremely valuable. This is also a program. I'll put the link to this. I'll put the link to all of this stuff in a document, and it'll be on the white paper. Okay, so quality security software. I use Bitdefender. Most of the people that I know use Bitdefender, and the people that I kind of coach or help to understand crypto, I recommend Bitdefender. Constantly getting a very good rating. They have a great software. They have a VPN if you buy the premium service. It comes out to being like $50 or $60 a year. You get 5 devices. So it's a really good software. I'm using my VPN right now. It's very simple. It's easy. And then CC Cleaner is just to kind of clean up cookies that are added from sites and clean up your computer, let it run a little bit faster. It's just a good kind of software to clean things up. Okay, so having a quality security software is a great thing, but it is not the end all be all. If you have a software, it's not like, oh, I'm protected, I can go do dumb things. Okay, so just keep that in mind. If you are using a VPN, a virtual private network, you want to turn it on before you start connecting to things and doing swaps. Ideally, the best way to protect yourself is before you connect to a dApp or a Web3 connection, that you turn the VPN on. Use it when you're exchanging things. I just use it pretty much anytime I'm browsing the internet and doing stuff that's related to crypto. Okay, so we'll come back to this in a second when we get a little bit further down. So the second roadblock of better security is owning your seed phrase and your private keys. Okay, you'll see at the end here, I put dry storage. We do not ever want to keep our seed phrases or our private keys in a digital file. If it's encrypted, you can. It's a golden rule of thumb for me. I just don't do it. I have my seed phrases and my private keys for all wallets written down in multiple places, in different places, so that just in case my computer crashes, I have access to get to my funds. This is super important. If you didn't already know this, you probably shouldn't be in crypto. Okay, I'm just saying that. I'm not trying to be mean, but just understand this is like probably the most important thing. If you're keeping pictures or screenshots of your seed phrase or your private keys and your laptop or your PC or whatever is exposed and exploited, it's very easy for them to access those kind of files. And if they find that, you're in trouble. Okay. So make sure that you have it. There's certain metal wallets that you can buy, so you can place a handwritten card inside of a metal wallet, so that if there's a fire or something, it doesn't burn down. That's why you have it in multiple places, ideally, and you don't keep it on your computer or on your phone. You keep it dry. Okay, so that's an added layer of security. This one's not necessarily like a huge one, but having kind of complex, unique password for your wallet and for like exchanges is a very valuable thing. Anything that's 24 characters or longer takes a ridiculous amount of bandwidth for a hacker to exploit, especially if there's some capitals, some numbers, and symbols. But again, don't take any pictures of your passwords. Okay, we'll talk about. Do I have it on here? Yeah, it's at the bottom there. Okay, so we'll talk about passwords again down here. Okay, so just having you don't necessarily have to have different passwords for everything, but having a quality password, I would have a different one for my wallet for sure, just so that if people are able to get into your laptop, they have to have the password to your wallet in order to get in. It's very hard to generate from a hacker standpoint if it's longer than 24 characters. Okay. Next added layer of security, two-factor authentication and authenticator apps. This is really good to have on your exchanges. If you have it set up for sending anything out, it can be a pain in the ass that they text you these codes all the time, or these authenticator apps generate a code, but it is one way to really help protect yourself if somebody gets access to your phone or other stuff. You can have an added layer of security by having two-factor authentication and an authenticator app set up. Okay. Next layer of security is disconnecting your wallet each time, and you don't have to do this, but it's just things that you can do to protect yourself the most, right? Disconnecting your wallet from different sites. If you open MetaMask, there will be a list of connected sites that you can access. Okay, connected sites right here. You can see all the different sites that have access and that you've approved. If you're on platforms that you no longer use, it's good to disconnect from those platforms. Okay, so like AutoShark, I'm not going to use that anymore. They just died. RIP. It's a bummer for them, but it is what it is. So there are certain things that I'll just go through from time to time and disconnect. And when you are done, using NightSwap, I mean, NightSwap's pretty safe platform, but just a general rule of thumb, you just click there, click log out, and disconnect. Okay, so just disconnecting from things is going to avoid any kind of exploits if that platform is exploited. Okay. The next added layer of security is a hardware wallet. This is a really good one. If you want to protect yourself, I have a Trezor. I'm not a huge fan of Ledger, but I use a Trezor. And just know that if you do get a hardware wallet, it's important that when you get it, you wipe it and you go to recover it before you start doing anything with it. Make sure that you're able to recover it. Make sure that works. Okay. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty of this stuff a little bit later, but a hardware wallet's a really good thing to have because you'll have to manually press a button to confirm a transaction. So if somebody was to exploit or hack your wallet and they were trying to transfer funds out on a MetaMask account that's linked to your Trezor, you would have to confirm that transaction in order for them to send it out. Okay, so I have and we'll talk about this later, but I have a whole separate laptop that I only use for my long holds and for my farming stuff and all of that. I don't use it for anything else. I'm very careful with everything I do. The Trezor is connected to that, and that's a really good way to kind of set things up. Okay, the last thing is encrypted email is not as important, but password vaults are good. So encrypted email, protonmail.com is a really good email. It's encrypted so that they can't access any kind of information from your email. So it's something good to set up and use for exchanges. You can swap your email out. So Proton Mail is what it's called. Okay, and then
yeah, that as well. And they also have a VPN service if anybody wanted to use that.
Yeah, they do. They have a free one. I was using that for a while before I just upgraded my Bitdefender to premium. Okay. So Password Vault is an encrypted it's an encrypted basic file where you can store a lot of your passwords. You can just copy and paste your passwords in, because some hackers have key logs where it'll log what you're typing in if you're exploited, and then they can get your passwords that way. So if you're using a copy and paste from a Password Vault that's encrypted, it's a really easy way to avoid that kind of exploit. Okay, so those are kind of like the 7 basic roadblocks of better security. If you have these 7 things set up, like, you're in a really good position to protect yourself, as long as you're not being a dingleberry and clicking random buttons or connecting your wallet to silly sites. Okay, so let's talk about the different devices. We'll talk about your wallet. We'll kind of go through this stuff. Okay, so devices, your phone. I personally don't even have my main wallet or my Longholds wallet or anything downloaded or connected to anything else besides that laptop that I use separately for everything, because your phone is connecting to a lot of public networks. Okay, so I always have the logged in taken off. It's a pain in the ass to log in each time, but it's something to protect you. If somebody was to steal your phone and somehow get in, they would also have to have your password to your wallet in order to do anything. Okay, so always make sure that stay logged in is unchecked and that you're logging in manually. You can have Bitdefender on your phone. Like I said, you get 5 devices when you download just the regular or the premium service, and it gives you a VPN that's on all the time on your phone. So it's a good kind of added layer of security for your phone. And like I said, just be mindful of public networks. You never know what network you're connecting to, or if it's safe or secure. So if you're traveling with your laptop and you're connecting to public network, use a VPN, be careful. And then this is really important. Regardless if it's your phone or computer or whatever, always double check your URLs. Okay? Very, very common. This is what will happen. PancakeSwap. You go Google something on PancakeSwap, and you're like, oh, cool, here it is. First thing. What they'll do is they'll run ads with a scam site that will pop up at the top because it's an ad. And if you click on that and go connect your wallet to try to swap something, they have access if you approve that interaction. Okay, so one thing that you can do to protect yourself, and that I do, is I have all of my links. I double check them, verify them, make sure they're good. I have them all in a folder on my bookmarks bar. I never type anything in. I just go and click the link, and I know I'm in the right place. It takes that whole thing away. If it's valuable to you guys, I'll make like a list of sites and things that you can put into a folder, and put that into a Medium article or the white paper or whatever, so that you guys can kind of have a similar setup. If that's helpful, let me know. I'm happy to do that. Okay. So this should be pretty self-explanatory, but if you have a wallet on your phone, for the love of God, please have a fucking password on your phone. And don't make it be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, people's phones get stolen more often than anything else, so just know that if you're acting like an idiot, you're probably gonna pay for it at some point. Okay. All right. So phones are, they're pretty self-explanatory. I just don't even use my phone unless if I'm trading and I want to be able to execute a trade from anywhere, I'll use my phone. But other than that, everything is done within my computers. Okay, so let's talk about computers. Laptop or desktop, it really doesn't matter all that much. I still am doing the majority of my crypto stuff on my desktop, but my Longholds and my farming stuff is all on that separate laptop that doesn't go anywhere or do anything else. So that would be a really good idea. If you have a good amount of capital, you're looking to protect yourself to the maximum amount, buying like a basic PC that can support Brave browser and other stuff. And when you get that laptop, you want to factory reset it. Ideally, you buy it new. If it's refurbished, make sure that you've restored a factory default before you do anything on it to kind of maximize security on it. And then to get into your computer, again, a unique password. This is not as important as wallet or exchanges or whatever, but having a unique password that's different than your wallet. So if they do end up getting your password to your computer, they don't have the password to everything else. Please do not use the same password that you use for everything for your crypto. I know, you're going to have to remember an extra password. It can be a pain in the butt, but just do it. That's all I can say. All right. So on the computer, these are the three kind of softwares that I have to kind of protect myself. I use Bitdefender. I have the VPN from Bitdefender, and I have the CC Cleaner. Okay. This is Brave browser, what you're seeing right now. You can see if I open a new tab. Brave browser is really, really cool. You can see it's blocked 8,000 trackers and ads. It doesn't do all the tracking stuff. Like if you guys knew what regular browsers do, you would be afraid. Okay, so I use Brave browser. I love it. It's kind of a Web3 browser. You actually get rewards as well for using Brave browser. You can turn on, the amount of the ads that you want to see, and you can tip people, and there's all kinds of cool stuff you can do on Brave. So the best thing you can do, buy a laptop, refactory reset it, get a Trezor, set it up, wipe it, restore it, connect it to your MetaMask, wipe that, restore it, make sure everything's able to be restored before you do anything else. Don't transfer all your money into your hardware wallet before you've identified that you are able to restore it using the private keys. Okay, so a Brave browser, and then the folders I just talked about before this. Have your folder set up so you don't need to type things in and potentially make a mistake there. But it's always good to double check URLs. Okay. All right. So let's talk about wallets. Your trading wallet or your main wallet that you use to interact with decentralized exchanges. I would have, if you don't have a hardware wallet, I would have a separate wallet that you hold stuff in. As long as you're okay with paying the tax transferring things. Okay. Because keep in mind, if there's a tax on the token, if you transfer from one wallet to another, you'll likely incur that tax most of the time. So just understand that if you're doing that, you're paying a tax. It can be worth it if it's a long hold. I think I paid upwards of $5,000 to transfer my Wolfies into my Safe wallet. And so, it can cost a lot, but it's worth it to protect, a large amount of capital. Okay. So generally speaking, I use MetaMask. I recommend MetaMask to everybody. It's a great multi-chain wallet. Most of the walkthroughs and the things that I do are going to be made with MetaMask. SafePal is also a cool wallet. They have a built-in bridge and all kinds of cool stuff. So one of these two are what I've seen to be the best. You don't have to use these things. If you have a Trust wallet, you can recover it in a MetaMask profile using the seed phrase. Okay, so it's not that hard to do. If you need help with that, let me know. I'm happy to walk you through that. Okay, so again, don't keep the seed phrases or the private keys anywhere on devices. Don't take pictures of them. You can go to your wallet. You click these three little dots. You click account details. And then down here it says export private key. I'm not going to open mine because I don't want you to see it. Don't ever show your seed phrase or private keys to anybody for any reason. If anybody ever asks for that, they're trying to probably harm you. Okay, unless you're hiring somebody to help you get a wallet back and they're like a professional hacker. And even in that case, you can get screwed. Okay, so never share that stuff, but you're going to want to go to your wallet for each account you have on MetaMask, export the private key, write those down, store it in the dry storage place. Okay. Have a unique password, longer than 24 characters for your wallet, for sure. If you've been using a wallet for a long time, or you think, there's potentially some things that you've connected your wallet to that you don't feel great about, or you don't use anymore, or you're not in that project anymore, you can revoke approvals using a couple different things. Okay, so the first thing is this BSC scan token approvals. So if you take your wallet and you copy and paste it here, I just went through and I've had this wallet for like a year and a half. I just went through it and revoked a ton. I had like 19 pages of approvals. So I went through and revoked access to all of the things that I had approved beforehand. So anything that you're not using, you can see on here, and you can go in and you'll click this connect to Web3. Oops. Please connect your MetaMask. My MetaMask is connected. Strange. Oh, it's trying to connect my Brave wallet. Okay. Well, whatever. You'll click this connect to Web3, you'll connect your MetaMask, and then you'll be able to click this button over here and revoke access manually to specific contracts. If you are feeling that you have been exploited and that you are in danger, the best thing you can do is go to app.unrect.net. You can connect your wallet and you can find and revoke all of the addresses that can spend your tokens. So if you connect to something, you're like, oh shit, this is a scam, you're going to want to go here. You're going to want to revoke all access to anything that can spend your tokens, and you're going to want to move those funds out immediately. Okay, so these are two things you can use to revoke access and approval for smart contracts. The way that people get scammed more often than not is they approve a contract for whatever reason to something that is not legit. This is what they do. They click links or connect wallets to things that they have no business doing. If you ever get a DM from anybody asking anything like this, don't click links. I don't click any links inside of Telegram unless they're coming from the official accounts. And I don't connect my wallet to anything that I am not 100% positive in. And if you are going to connect your wallet to test it, for the love of God, do it with a dummy test wallet. Have a test wallet set up to connect to things so that even if it is something, they can't pull any of your stuff out. Okay, so that's kind of your software wallet, your browser wallet. Cold storage wallets, Trezor or Ledger, we talked about them earlier. I use Trezor. Make sure if you're buying one of these, you do not buy them on Amazon or on eBay or from somebody else. Make sure you buy them from the what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, creator, whatever. So
The manufacturer?
Yes, thank you. Man, that's not going to fit, but I'll just put manufact. Okay. Make sure you're buying directly from the manufacturer website. And again, when you get it, wipe it and restore it. Make sure that everything works, that you can restore it easily. Then you connect your MetaMask to your Trezor or your Ledger. Wipe the MetaMask wallet and go restore it. Make sure that works. Okay, the next step would be, I call it the Kali Special, aka the one token test. Okay, so transfer one token or one LP token over, nothing else. Go around and see if you can connect to the Web3 or the dApps that you want to connect to. Check the capability and functionality across different decentralized exchanges and dApps. If you're farming with it, make sure that the farming stuff works with your wallet. Test it out with one token. Once you feel comfortable, you can send half of the stuff if you're still a little bit wary. But likely, if the one token test went through and everything's working, you're likely in the clear to send everything else over. Just make sure that you're always double checking the first four and the last four of the addresses when you're sending anything. Make sure you're double checking the network. Super, super important. It's very easy to wreck yourself by sending something like, if you send a BNB coin to a BSC address, it's gone. If you send BSC to likely it won't even let you. But just make sure that you're double checking what network you're sending on. Okay? And for the love of God, if you have a Trezor or a Ledger, do not travel with it. You do not need to bring it. Okay? Keep this somewhere safe, not somewhere where somebody can steal it from you physically. A safe would be a good idea. That's bolted to the ground. Okay? Super important. We were at an event in Dallas, and somebody was exploited through their hardware wallet. I think it was stolen from their bag, and they were hacked for $500,000, $500,000. They were able to hire a pro hacker to track the guy down, and they started a case with the FBI, and they were actually able to get their money back. But many people won't be able to, so just don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. Something to note, again, in Discord or Telegram, if anybody sends you a DM first, like if I don't know them, my first thing is like block, delete. More often than not, unless it's a personal question or whatever about my project or something else. Make sure if you get a message from somebody who looks like me, or somebody who looks like somebody from the team, or Nick, or Mario, or whoever, double check the username. If you don't have a chat history with them and you've chatted with them before, it is probably a scammer. Okay. We'll talk about this in a second, but be a skeptic regarding anything you are not positive about, and that will save you from yourself. Be a skeptic. Nobody is trying to give you money for free. Let me repeat that. Nobody is trying to give you money for free at any point in time. Okay? Don't make me say it again. They're not. Okay? There's different types of scams. Really common one is a social scam. So that's what we were talking about. Don't reply to DMs. People will DM you and you subject yourself to this. If you're in the main chat and you ask a question, that's like, hey, can somebody DM me, please, for help? That's when the scammers will pop in there. Okay, so don't subject yourself to that. Tag the person you want to talk to. Start the DM with them because you know it's them. And then you can ask your questions and still be a skeptic. Make them prove who they are if you need to. Okay? Another type of scam is a dusting scam. This is super common. Let's go to BSC scan here. So a dusting scam, what they'll do, and I'll show you because there's a ton of them in my wallet, is they'll airdrop tokens just to random addresses, okay? So if you go to BSC scan and you go to the token dropdown, you can see that there is all kinds of tokens in here, okay? I did not buy like 98% of these tokens. These were airdropped into my wallet, okay? So you might see this in your wallet and it'll never show up in your MetaMask user interface unless you add the contract, which you don't need to do. You only add contracts for things that you bought. Okay, so you can see there's tons of, where's the Minerium? This is a common one. There's tons of tokens in here, and you'll see, oh, wow, like somebody sent me $10,000, and it's just sitting in there. All I have to do is sell it. Nobody is trying to give you money for free. Ever. Do not interact with these. Completely ignore them. Do not add the address to your wallet. Just pretend like that you never saw them. Okay? Like you'll see all this stuff in here. I don't see any of that in here. Okay? On Trust Wallet, some of it will show up, which is another reason I don't like Trust. But nobody's trying to send you money for free. Okay? Last thing is physical exploits. Guard your stuff. Lock your stuff up in a safe. Put it in safe locations. Don't carry your hardware wallet around. If you have a laptop or something that's specifically for crypto, keep it safe. Don't take it places. That's why you bought it. Okay? So, how do I avoid getting scammed? Don't be a dingleberry and click random buttons or connect to things for no reason. Double check what you're doing. Always. Okay? Slowing down, letting time for transactions to go through, double checking things, doing the one token test. Those are all really important things. If you're concerned, come and talk to me or ask one of the admins directly in DMs. Don't ask in the main chat. Say, hey, I DM'd you. Can you answer this question? And we'll try to help you out. Okay? Nobody's trying to give you free money. And being a skeptic regarding anything you are not positive about will save you from yourself. So these things that we covered are added layers of security. When there is 7 or more roadblocks that a hacker has to go through in order to access your wallet or your funds or whatever, the bandwidth versus reward is significantly diminished to the point where it's not even really worth it for them to spend so much time to try and exploit you. It's very easy for them to go and DM somebody and say, hey, if you send me 1 Bitcoin, I'll send you 2 Bitcoin back. People are like, oh, cool, this is awesome. No. No. Don't do it. Okay? It is likely a good idea if you have a significant other to tell them where you're keeping your things and have them understand how to access things in case anything happens to you. Okay? You have to think about that. You want to take care of your family or your loved ones, and if something, God forbid, happened to you, they need to know the very basics of who to ask for help or how to do things on their own. So it's a good thing to kind of teach your people. Okay. It is the wild, wild west out here. People are getting scammed every day. You are in control of your own money. So take the appropriate steps to protect yourself. Whew. Okay. If anybody has just a quick note, the pre-sale is scheduled. It will be on March 17th. We don't have a time yet. Please do not ask me. I will let you know when we do. And you will need BUSD to contribute to this. Okay, there will likely be tiers for it. We will have a whitelist. As we approach the launch date, there will be more information regarding this stuff. So don't blow me up in the chat about it. Just be patient. I will post things. Don't get information from anywhere else. There's lots of people that add people to scam groups. Something actually that I think is important to share is the settings that you can change on your Telegram. For those of you who are new to Telegram, where is my Telegram here? Okay, so can you guys see my Telegram now? Maybe I'm sharing the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, so if you go to Telegram, click the little burger menu up here. There's a settings button. You're going to want to turn everything off so people can't see your phone number. So just go to privacy and security. Phone number, nobody. Last seen it online, I just have it for nobody. Profile photo and forwarded messages are okay. You can turn forwarded message off if you want. Nobody can call me without being my contact. Even my contact, actually, they can't call me. And then groups and channels, only my contacts can add me to groups and channels. It is likely a good idea to put that on, because what a lot of scammers will do is they'll create a fake group with a similar amount of holders. They'll post something like, hey, here's the link for the pre-sale. Like, go allocate to this. That's how you can get scammed. So if you turn this off, nobody can add you to other groups and channels. Super valuable. Again, if you haven't set up folders, you can set up folders to keep everything organized. Put all of your chats that are relating to Forge in one place. And you can pin things to the top. You see, I have these 3 that are pinned to the top. Okay. So that being said, does anybody have questions regarding all of the stuff we just covered? I know there's a good amount there, but if you wrote anything down or if you have any questions regarding some of the things that we talked about, please show up, ask the question. Somebody might have the same question. It might help them too.
Yeah, you covered a
Cool.
lot of bases there.
Yeah, and this is recorded, so excuse my bedhead. I just got a haircut. I don't have any gel in it today. This is recorded, so if you do want to watch the replay, it will be in the announcements channel with the rest of the videos to kind of go over things. You can take it through a step-by-step process like I did in the presentation to protect yourself to the highest level. Okay. Brave browser is awesome. Highly recommend it. It's fast. It's almost faster than Chrome. You can actually import all of your bookmarks from Chrome into Brave browser, so it makes everything very simple to kind of move over, or you can start completely fresh. If you feel like you've been using your computer to stream shit or like download porn or I don't know, whatever, and you feel like it might be at risk, then it would be wise for you to do your due diligence and take it to a specific software or a PC, like Geek Squad or something. Have them run some diagnostics and some checks to identify if there's any malware or anything on your computer. Okay, Bitdefender does not just protect you from everything. You still have to be a smart human. Okay, slow down. Don't just click random shit. Double check things. I can't express this enough, the importance of just slowing down. We're going to talk about that in many different facets, but when it comes to security and not making mistakes that cost you your entire investment, it takes you 5 extra seconds. Don't be an asshole. Do it. Okay? I'm trying to help you, protect you from yourself. Protect yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay. If nobody else has any other questions, I'm gonna stop the recording and then we can just jive. Everybody good? Cool. Right on. Let's stop this.